blah 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 blah. Like, comment, subscribe. That's the part that you got to do. This is the part that I got to do. But good welcome to the Trending Trends Trend Show. I'm Ben, the host. Little secret between us, you found the best, worst show of all time. It's a secret. We're keeping it a secret right here, and you found us. Okay, so you, secret, like, comment, subscribe, but don't tell anybody about this show. This show is our little secret, mano y dos, all right? It's just me and thee. And I want to thank you for being here. Trending Trends Trend is a super funny secret show where we dive into the underbelly, if you will, the bottom of the humpback whale of YouTube, and we go deep and we dive and we feel the bottom of the ocean with our hands, and we feel all the glowing organisms that live down there. But in a real way, we go into YouTube, we go look at what's trending. We want to find out, why is this trending? Why is this succeeding? And then we learn from that video how to make our own videos, AKA this one, go further so that they can help our other things that we like to do. For example, I'm a comedian. I do stand-up comedy. I make comedy sketch videos at Dumb Owl, which is another YouTube channel that I created. Anyway, look, I'm blah 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 blah. Like, comment, subscribe. That's the part that you got to do. This is the part that I got to do. But shh, 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 shh. It's a secret. Okay, here we go. Let's go. All right, so that's up. So this is what happens. We go into what's trending right here. We click on it. All right. Then we look at our first three. We see what are the first three things that are trending super big time. Okay, so we have WandaVision official trailer, Disney Plus. Yes, that's going on. That was trending, I think, yesterday. Okay, BTS Tiny Desk home concert. Interesting. BTS Tiny Desk home concert. So NPR and BTS getting some crazy, crazy stuff going on. World's largest devil's toothpaste explosion by Mark Rober. I think we got to do that one. Yeah. Okay, so look, it's 23 minutes and 58 seconds. The longer your YouTube videos are right now, the more YouTube's going to want to push them to the front. You see how in Mark Rober's image, he's got an arrow. So you want in your image, you want less text in your images and just more like arrows and things to show action. You'll see a lot of those streaks that it looks like it's running fast at you. Whoa, so all right. Also, I have to make sure I'm gonna take approximately a minute today, a full minute, thanking our 100th subscriber. Pew, 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 pew. Our 100th subscriber. That was me stalling for time because I'm forgetting. No, I'm not. I got this. Oh, I so got this. I'll just look. Okay. 100th subscriber. I knew it. Is Nikki Bo 82. So I'm going to take approximately a full minute throughout the course of this episode to thank our 100th subscriber, Nikki Bowl, or maybe it's Nick YBO 82. Thank you for your subscription, my brother, my sister. I want to thank you. Domo arigato. Okay, let's check this one out. We're gonna do world's largest devil's toothpaste. Yeah. Totally. That's a face that I might use. Ooh. Surprising summer array with 24 gifts in 24 hours. Another gift surprise? No. We're going to do this one. World's largest devil toothpaste explosion. Let's go. Now, during this commercial, I'm going to let you know, we're not going to have time to watch the whole video. So we're going to kind of like skip piecemeal our way through. But but I'll try to do my best to watch as much as we can.
2.
Oh! Suck it back in. Suck it back. Whoa.
In all our experimentation called Devil's Toothpaste, which is insanely reactive and super dangerous. I'll explain why in a minute, but for now, here's a hint.
Oh. That's...
And if you look closely in both shots, I'm not holding the trigger. This kid is. In fact, that kid was the whole reason we were there at all, because this was a culmination of 8 months of planning to throw him the most epic birthday party ever. And all of this started inadvertently from a single surprise phone call.
Sweet.
What's up, Fletcher?
What's up, Fletch?
What's going on, buddy?
What?
Whoa.
How are things, man?
They just got better?
This is Fletcher. And this is also Fletcher a year before this call. But
What's up,
unbeknownst
Fletch?
to everyone at the time, also pictured here under all that amazing hair was a fast-growing brain tumor. They eventually realized something was wrong and discovered it was a dangerous form of brain cancer so rare he was only the 6th kid ever known to have had it. So his family uprooted their lives for a year and moved almost 1,000 miles to be closer to St. Jude, where they removed the tumor and would try and fix his brain. In fact,
St.
our call was
Jude.
the night before he was going back in for another brutal week of chemo. He's such a funny kid, and I was so inspired by his hopeful attitude that after talking for an hour, I secretly vowed that if he made it to 13 years old, I would fly him and his family out and surprise him with just the dopest birthday party ever. And not long after, I texted Fletcher this picture. So he knew we had closely matching hairstyles, but what he didn't know is that plans were already underway for him and I to take back the record for the world's largest elephant toothpaste. And as a quick
Nice.
refresher, last summer, my buddy Science Bob and I set the world record for elephant toothpaste by filling up an empty swimming pool. I wanted to be able to swim in the foam afterwards, so we figured out how to use yeast as the catalyst, which is in fact safer, but it doesn't react very fast. And our video seemed to inspire some folks, because 2 months later, this happened in David Dobrik's backyard, where they didn't bother with the yeast and just took the normal reaction and scaled it up a bunch. But then a few weeks later, these guys in Brazil did the largest experiment yet, and they are the current Guinness World Record holders. And so even though Fletcher's birthday was still 8 months out, we started our testing right away, because I knew blasting a world record amount of foam straight up into the sky wasn't as easy as it might sound. And the part that concerned me the most was picking the right nozzle size. And here's what I mean. These 3 containers are identical except for the diameter of their outlets. If that
Okay, first gotta say, this is my first time seeing who Mark Rober is, or Robert. Anyway, I like him a lot. This video's moving and going, and there's so much information, and there's so much great stuff, and it's just kind of like quick. It's really good. It's a great video. Let's keep watching.
Too large, it looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really go that high. Too small, and it will go high, but it just looks like confetti and doesn't look that impressive. But for every container, there is a Goldilocks size diameter opening that gives you that cool laminar looking flow while still going pretty high.
Everybody likes the amateur looking flow. I'm all about it. Yo, check out Dumb Owl Productions. Check this out. Yeah, that's right. This is a coffee mug from Dumb Owl. Look, you can see on it, it says Bamud Doug. It's super great. And check out Dumb Owl for comedy sketch videos. So just letting you know, we get up double butt early to make this show. And you can see it's still dark outside. But hopefully we catch it right as the light changes. Let's skip this ad. Here we go.
And you might think, well, why don't you just take a typical flask that works so well and just scale all the dimensions up? And we tried that on our first 5-foot scale test.
Whoa.
And just as I feared, it went all confetti on us. And the problem is illustrated here. If you want to scale up and double all the dimensions of the block, you get this. That's perfect. All these dimensions increased exactly by a factor of 2. But wait a sec, the volume increase by a factor of 8. This is called the squared cube law, and its effects are everywhere in nature, such as putting a hard limit on just how big land animals can be, because how heavy you are is a function of your volume, but the strength of your muscles and bones is a function of their cross-sectional area. So since animals evolved to get heavier by the power of 3, but stronger by only the power of 2, at some point it's just too much.
Dinosaurs.
So in the next 5-foot test, we increased the top diameter by a mere 3.5 inches. But now the pendulum swung too far the other way because while the column looked smooth, it didn't really go that high. And so finally for the third test, we let the pendulum swing back just a tad and shave down that diameter by just over an inch to try and dial in that Goldilocks outlet size. And sure enough, the column went really high and looked great. But this test uncovered another issue. With such a high volume of foam, the pressure was creating some really high forces in the flask. I mean, that's a lot of damage, which quite frankly left us with only one option. And so with the power of flex tape, we scaled things up even further to a 10-foot test and did our best to interpolate that Goldilocks outlet size.
Okay, so Mark Rober's awesome, and I'm into the video, and I'm into the edit, and I'm into the content, and I'm into it. Okay, so this is what happens when I'm just into it. I just watch it. There's nothing. I have no hot take.
So once again, the outlet size worked great, but our joint construction wasn't prepared for the further scaled up forces. In fact, score a fat W for the flex tape, where you could see it single-handedly held the thing together, even as the screws and wood busted through. And we were realizing we just had to make the structure so over-engineered and indestructible, so the only option for the foam to escape the high pressure would be going out the top. And so while it wasn't a perfect result, I felt like we'd learned enough from all of our failures to design it strong enough for the final 20-foot world record version. In the end, we ran over 150 tests, not only to determine the right scaled up flask dimensions, but things like, does neck length have an effect?
Right.
What happens if you vary the soap amounts? What effect do different brands of food coloring have? All of these tests were really insightful, but perhaps the most interesting finding was stumbling upon something I've affectionately named Devil's Toothpaste. Now you might be thinking, Devil's Toothpaste? That seems a bit extreme, Mark, but allow me to demonstrate. This is a shoebox full of the standard formula of hydrogen peroxide, sodium iodide, and soap that pretty much everyone uses to make elephant toothpaste. Now here's the same volume of reactants, only this time using Devil's Toothpaste. Now see if you can spot the difference in real time.
I gotta say, it looks very dangerous. These are like some straight up chemicals with some exothermic reactions. I mean, I'm no science man, but...
No big deal. People have been doing this for years. But once
have
again, here's the same volume of reactants, now only with Devil's Toothpaste.
Ooh, see? That's straight up a bomb.
Given how explosive this is, this may be
straight up, that's a bomb. With glass going bam. Wow.
Oprah Winfrey. A torch on the leftover rabbit fur, and you're good to go. And so by taking some rigorous safety precautions, we also intended to set the first and therefore only world record for the world's largest Devil's Toothpaste experiment by filling 6 55-gallon drums with 400 times the amount that broke the flask here. And so after 150 tests and 8 months of work, feeling much more confident about our build plans and chemistry, we packed everything up and made our way to the small farming town of Gridley, California.
That's awesome. So like, just like anything, you gotta like try tests and you have to try things in order to figure things out. And I love how many tests that they took to figure out what was going on. I know we're missing this really cool squirrel part. Darn it, I love squirrels. It would have been my favorite part. Anyway, just like their tests, this show is a test. Like we're just doing, this is like one of the tests to see what are the best practices to put things on YouTube. Maybe you're making great content or you have a really great talent that you want people to see and you're making YouTube videos about it, but people just aren't seeing it. And it's hard because there's so much content being created all the time. So how do you get your real offer in the world, your real gift that you want to share with the world? How do you get that seen? You got to create you got to keep creating show after show after show. And this show that I'm doing right now is like a fishing net. Like I'm just going fishing for new people to find me so that they can look at my other comedy videos and you know, become fans of the comedy stuff. You know, this show that I'm doing right now is one way to do that. And I was talking to my buddy Dante, and he was like, you got to do 100 shows before you can really know if they worked or not. So this show, by the way, is number 46. So welcome to episode 46. I'm happy you're here. Let's get back to Mr. Robert.
And a surprise is like the most wholesome type of prank, so I haven't been able to sleep for days just thinking about this, like every last detail to how this will go down. And so with only 1 hour left, we have one final test run on everything. First, the devil's toothpaste. A perfecto! And then the 20-foot flask. For the real reaction, the peroxide would fill the whole bottom pool where John was standing, and then the troughs would dump over all the catalyst at once, sort of like this. And I should mention, Guinness only lets you choose one world record category per event, so we were going for the tallest, but when we did the math to scale up the flask to the arbitrary height I picked of 20 feet, and this is a true story, it was exactly 1 gallon less than the folks in Brazil who set the world record for the largest. And so don't mind me while I set these 2-gallon containers right here. And so as people started gathering for the surprise, I hit the hardened streets of Gridley, California to look for some kind of last-minute disguise. And so after a bit of a warm-up, because these are moves I can for sure do, and that's definitely me in the costume, the moment I had spent the last 8 months planning for had finally arrived.
Sick!
A lot of this.
I'm super duper into it. We're just watching a video together. That's all this has become. I hope I hope this is satisfying.
And the cover story for the kids is they were coming to tour a wall of a distant relative. And to provide a good juxtaposition, I wanted him to feel as awkward as possible for this part. And then when we gathered for the picture, I snuck up right behind him and took off my mask. All right, cool. What do you guys want to do next? What should we do?
Yeah!
His sister Isla also had no idea any of this was going to happen.
That's awesome.
What up, buddy? How are you? Get in here. I'm the boy. What's up, dude? When I'm not making videos, I'm the Gridley mascot.
Mascot.
To really stretch out the surprise, I wanted him to think I was only there to drop in and say hi. So I had Dale suggest that I take the kids for a ride in his dune buggy. To which I reluctantly agreed, because, you know, I'm a busy guy. I could do it, like 15 minutes. You guys want to go for a razor ride? Is that cool? Let's get the whole crew. Your sister? I had about like a half an hour, so it's good to meet you in real life.
Yo, gotta make up some stuff, cause if that's a copyright song, I got.
In one of these, which is crazy to me. All of those are just a single walnut. As we pulled up the driveway, I stopped the dune buggy in a precisely predetermined location where the view of the 20-foot flask was obscured by the truck. I heard
Dope.
Oh yeah, tomorrow. I'm 1 day off. So Fletch, I gotta come clean, buddy. You and I today are gonna set a Guinness World Record for the world's tallest elephant toothpaste.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
You are currently in a YouTube video. I want you to wave to 20 million of your newest friends.
Hello.
Yo, dude.
We're gonna put all the elephant toothpaste
we're new friends.
it in the air.
Yeah, I got 15 minutes.
I actually fully cleared my schedule.
Oh my god.
With the surprise fully and successfully executed, my heart rate finally lowered a bit, and I gave them a preview of all the cool stuff we had lined up for the party. Then we headed...
I want to make that face. But my mouth twitches. Okay. We're almost there. Someone over there.
Into the backyard where he saw the setup and his mom.
You are devious.
Because at this point it had sunk in that there would be no Walnut Farm tour and that her and I had been conspiring for months. For now, though, it was time to party.
For copyright purposes, I sing over the song, because if I don't sing, then this is gonna get a claim on, and I don't want that, cause my video won't make money. If one day I get lots of views and then it gets sunny, like a little bunny jumping in a pool, I'm gonna sit you over there and I'ma talk to you. Y'all like and comment and subscribe, but shh. The show is a secret, so don't be telling all your friends it's our secret. We get on trampolines with foam. What happens if all this foam goes in your like throat and stuff? Sick. They look like beautiful colored turds, like steamy, colorful turds.
The Flaming Bubbles, or the Bubble Pit, we headed across the street to check out the world's first and therefore largest Devil's Toothpaste experiment. Science Bob came over and hooked us up with the slow-mo shot.
Science Bob? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Blam!
This shot was from a GoPro on rails, and we weren't quite fast enough with the pull. And for some reason I found this, like, Wall-E level pathetically sad. You can see, even in slow-mo, the reaction happens so incredibly fast. And I apologize for the gratuitous amount of slow-mo, but this has got to be the coolest thing I've ever filmed.
Slow-mo's awesome. Let's do more slow-mo. Even wider, right?
And afterwards, it kept oozing this rainbow Play-Doh extrusion thing.
Yeah, what about the mess? The mess seems less fun. Is he gonna talk about the mess? Dude, we could play magma games, like don't walk on the magma.
And as you can see over time, it just sort of deflates itself. And after that, we went back and ate some dinner and had some amazing and not at all creepy Army of Fletcher face cupcakes while the crew started prepping for the big world record finale. In the vein of cool stuff I would need to have at my birthday.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's not even the finale. Okay.
I of course had to bust out the Elon Musk flamethrower to light some fire bubbles. And finally, it was back to the front yard to top things off with the most amazing bubble pit ever.
Casual flamethrower in the mix? Okay.
It was like belly flopping on a cloud.
What happens if it goes into your like lungs and stuff? Sick.
And at this point we realized it was taking way longer to fill up than we had calculated. So it was all hands on deck to try and pull this off before the sun went down. Oh, and this is cool. The bubble pit was dual purpose because once emptied, it served as the bunker to give a completely safe front row seat to whatever was about to happen. And so with the flask really close to being filled, Fletcher asked to take a very quick last-minute ride in the Tesla because he'd never been in one.
I know this one. This is in like every video.
You guys are in at Mark Rover video. Per the request, I gave them a quick ride. Remember our story, all right? 10 miles an hour tops.
Whoa.
And so the official was blown in the air. Our timing was perfect because we made it back just as they were sealing up the door for the big moment. Okay, Fletcher, I'm handing this to you officially. To think, you should have been touring a walnut farm right now. And so after 8 months of planning and so much work by so many people, the coolest birthday present I've ever given anybody came down to this moment. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Wow, just total destruction. Truck with more chemicals. The one oversight.
Came out the bottom and lifted it up. Look at my truck. Let's go.
Oh my god!
What'd you guys think?
That was so cool. That exploded from the bottom.
Look at the truck. It's like buried next to it.
What about the mess, yo? Tell me, what about the mess, yo? Okay, while this ad goes on, I'm gonna thank my 100th subscriber, Mr. Nicky Bolvo 82. Nicky Bolvo 82, or maybe it's Nick Ebolvo 82. Thank you for your subscription, your patronage. I'm happy we're doing this thing together. And don't tell anybody, because this is a secret. Here we go. Okay, I just want to know about the mess. I'm a mess. I'm a neat freak. I'm a Virgo. I like things really particularly, really specifically laid out. And I don't like messes. You know, if it gets a little dusty, I don't like dust. I don't like messes. So what do you do with the mess?
I'd just like to point out how great that flowing column looks with a perfectly selected outlet diameter. That is, until things got chaotic once the pressure changed drastically from the big rupture.
Right. We all thought it, but you said it. It's still awesome no matter what. It's like really cool. It's the coolest until, where's the cleaning up?
We literally made a rocket ship. I mean, fundamentally,
Yeah.
this is how rockets propel themselves. And the actual failure mode wasn't really a floor strength issue as much as it was a stiffness issue. I knew our structure weighed over a ton, so I just didn't consider that the reaction could lift the whole thing 5 feet into the freaking air. And at NASA, that's what we refer to as a critical oversight. But honestly, this result was way more spectacular, plus it leaves room for improvement. And I should also note, even with all that, we still crushed the previous world record by more than double.
Okay, what about the mess?
Down, Science Bob lit up the fire tornado as a fitting end to the party. I also told Fletcher there was one more thing, which is that with a little help from Dale, he could use some heavy equipment to destroy our beautiful creation.
Right, but what about the mess? Isn't that a bunch of chemicals and stuff?
And so with that, the party was all over.
We're just not gonna get to the mess? We're just not gonna talk about the mess? I get it. Why would
As they
we?
drove away, I thought about everything they've been through for the past year and all the people that came together from all across the country to donate their time and energy for a kid they've never even met. And I might not vote the exact same as all of them, but for like 5 inspiring days, none of that stuff mattered. Whenever I find myself short on hope, I find it helps to put my phone down and choose to see the good parts in my fellow humans and be one of the good parts for my fellow humans to see. And so to Fletcher, thank you for being such a good example of holding on to hope amidst really lame circumstances. Happy birthday, buddy, and congrats on your new world record.
Fletch, dude. And Mr. Robert. All right.
In the end, we used a chemical reaction to basically make a rocket ship. Now, if you want the same experience, only without the 8 months of prep work, you're in luck. 2, 1, oh! It should come as no surprise that this cool rocket kit comes from my friends at KiwiCo. This is the most expensive video I ever made by a very comfortable margin, and you should know it wouldn't have been possible without their support. And they're the best because they deliver these really cool monthly crates that help kids see themselves as engineers and creative innovators.
Sweet.
While managing
So,
to be super fun at the same time.
my
They offer
video
these really simple
isn't sponsored by them, so I don't need to stay for this plug of their work. Even though I guess
instructions plus all the supplies
art on. Hey, it's light outside. Look at that. Whoa, cool. Okay. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right, look, this video is the longest one we've ever done. So I'm sure. Look, if you're still here, let me know in the comments because we're gonna be getting some dumb owl face masks in. And if you're still here, then you're gonna write this in the comments section. This way, I'll know you watched the whole video. Write this in the comments section. Butter baskets. That's right. Butter baskets. If you're still here, if you watch this whole video, I want to thank you. Write butter baskets into the comments section, and I'll reach out to you so that I can send you a dumb owl face mask. Look, when life gets hard and you don't feel like things are going to be getting any better, just know they always get better. Once again, thank you so much for coming to this video. Don't tell anybody about this video or this channel. It's our secret. But come back. I'm making these every morning, and we're going to look at what's trending every day. All right. Thanks so much. Take care of yourself, yo, and your family and your friends and yourself. I already did the sign off. Messing everything up. Tinha pãozinho, casa de casaco, nunca nascido, cacá, dosa, me conhecido, eu cacá, se culpa, te corrido, yo. Like, comment, subscribe, I guess. But do it. But don't do it. No, don't. Don't tell them that. Do it. Don't. Why would you do that?